and strong. Talking Tigers all morning long. Saints exceed headlines on the screen. Breaking it down with a little caffeine. Grab your mug, come on in. Let's wake this day and let it begin. It's Morning Scone. Everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple, gold, black and gold. Stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with Morning Scone. It's Morning Scone. Everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple, gold, black and gold. Stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with Morning Scone. Where the coffee's hot, the takes are hotter.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call the winner of the best roofing company in the best of Baton Rouge. That would be we, Parish Construction and Roofing. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness, Restored Motions. RestoredMotions.com had a great session yesterday with Crystal Poche. Feel awesome. Not going to lie, I need a little Advil because I'm sore, but it's one of those things where, like, she beat me up, man. But I'm going to tell you, I feel awesome. Whew, needed that, man. Always got to learn that lesson the hard way. Stay consistent going to Crystal. Trust me, you'll feel better. And of course, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Lacing up some new sneaks today. Tell me what y'all think of these. Got a lot to get to here this morning. Big day for LSU. Monshun Sales, 5-star receiver. He's going to announce. What you think? Graffiti Vans. What you think of them? Fired up. All right. I'll mess with the lace later. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us here. Darian Mensah, 5-star. Not Darian Mensah. Sorry, I'm looking at a note about Darian Mensah. Monshun Sales, 5-star receiver from Indianapolis. He'll make his announcement today. Very likely going to be Indiana, but LSU has a hat on the table, so we'll see. It's LSU, Texas, Alabama, Ohio State are the other four, in addition to Indiana. So we'll see if he picks the in-state school or if maybe LSU gets a big win there. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's 11 a.m. today. Let's see. What else did I have in the description there? Oh, yeah. Did you see this? So Dabo at ACC Media Days said Christopher Vezina is the clear starting quarterback entering fall camp. That is the note. So, but they do expect a competition before naming the starter for the LSU game. So Vezina is a redshirt junior. So he's in his fourth year, but he started just one game. And he's supposed to be the guy that replaces Cade Klubnik. However, they bring in true freshman Tate Reynolds, and who apparently played really well in the spring. And so Dabo said, Reynolds, 6'2", 205, freshman out of Arizona, is a guy who, they think could very well push for that starting job. Can you imagine if Tate Reynolds ends up winning that starting job and his first ever action is on the road in Baton Rouge, night game, Tiger Stadium? God bless him, dude. But I also think it's probably the veteran's job, but then isn't it a little concerning that the veteran hasn't clearly won the job? There was no ambiguity whatsoever at LSU when Jaden left that it was Nussmeier's team. There was no question at all. That's a similar situation here with Vizina. He's waited his turn, fourth-year junior. It's his turn, but they're basically saying, no, we're going to have a competition with that freshman try to win the job in the spring. Interesting. Okay, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe in your favorite podcast app. Also, Alvin Kamara, we looked at the terms of his contract. So he was set to make a base of 11. That's knocked down to 6, but incentives can get him up to 8.5. So he basically had his base pay cut in half. So I get it, man. And it's, the Saints, there's such a strange organization in this respect, because for years they were so irresponsible with the cap, with how they handled restructures and all the dead money, and it was awful. But when it comes to free agents and even guys like this situation, they put a valuation on you and they just will not go over. Doesn't matter if you're Alvin Kamara or Cam Jordan or Mark Ingram or Marcus Williams or Alante Taylor or Paulson Adebo or anybody. So interesting. But I'm glad Alvin will be back. I'm glad that they were able to reach a deal to keep him in New Orleans. And he's going to have to go make the team because, it was going to cost him $11 million. You can say, well, they wouldn't cut him and burn $6 million. Well, it would cost him $11 million. So anyway, all right. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe in your favorite podcast app. Tiger Poppy, good morning. Bren, Thomas, Bubba, BK, good morning. Ben, good morning. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll. Here we go. Jacob, good morning. So possible cameo from Hunt Palmer or someone else next week on Morning Scone. Oh, sure. At media days, you never really know. I got 2 options, I guess. I can do the show from my hotel room and then walk down to Digital Drive. That's what they call Radio Row now, Digital Drive. Or I can walk down there and do Morning Scone as I walk, and you never know. Maybe it'll be Hunt Palmer. Maybe it'll be Jake Crane. Maybe it'll be Josh Pate. Maybe it'll be Peter Burns, Roman Harper. Who knows? The crew will be out. Devin, good morning. I'll behave today. You got to remind me what you did yesterday, Devin. I'm sorry, man. The days run together. You got to keep in mind, after I did Morning Scone, I did a Locked On. I did a 3-hour AFR. I came home, did another Locked On. Then last night I did a Darian Mensah overtime episode. So I don't remember what we talked about yesterday, man. My apologies. If you remind me, I'll remember. Scott, good morning. How's Mama Scone's shoulder doing? She's doing well. Thank you for asking. Was over there a few days ago. Was over there Sunday, as a matter of fact, for dinner, and brought Drew over there. So she's on the mend and a lot less pain. So got the little brace on her arm, but the sling, whatever. But doing well. Thank you for asking. Mojo, good morning from Pensacola. Steven, good morning, Matt. How are the Locked On hosts vetted? Can the hosts get press passes or allowed into press conferences with a Locked On gig only? Good question. So if you're asking how they're vetted from Locked On, that's the process that David and the Locked On team goes through if they need a team or a market host, and how they go through that process. As far as getting a press pass, so that's up to the organization or the team, like LSU or the Saints or whomever. They will decide. Everyone who wants a credential submits a credential request. We at Guarantee, we submit credential requests. So for fall camp or for football games this fall, We will submit a credential request to LSU Sports Information, and they will vet, like everybody, they'll vet everybody and decide if they approve or don't approve your credential request. So I think it's such a tough job now to make those determinations because the lines are blurred so much between like true traditional media and like digital fan media. And I don't think they're the same, and they don't need to be the same. But I think a lot of times, like the guy who has a podcast thinks, oh, I should get a credential. Like, not exactly. Like, what's the value of a credential? I mean, it's to go cover the event. Well, if you're not reporting, then do you really need it? It's complicated. The 4 letters, good morning from Los Angeles. Been a fan since the other jingle days. I love that. Thank you for being here, man. I like our new jingle. And I like Parish. Cody, good morning. Listen to the Kelly interview, and a thought popped in my head. Granted, he got a ton of money, but do you think Kelly will look back on his tenure as an enjoyable part of his career? I think like anything, think of it this way, Cody. If you've probably had a job that you left, odds are most of us don't work at one place our entire career. So you probably had a job that you left. Either you got fired or you left for another job or whatever. And if you look back at that job, there's probably things you can say that you really enjoyed and things you're grateful for and things that weren't so great. I think that's true about all of us. And I think that's true for coaches as well. I'm certain there's things about being in Baton Rouge that Brian Kelly loved. The people here are great. He mentioned it in that interview. He got to coach his son. His other son was on staff. His daughter got a graduate degree at LSU, so the whole family was together here in Baton Rouge. You get to coach in the SEC. You obviously coached the Heisman winner, which he had never done. You won the SEC West, the great win against Bama. I mean, there's a lot there that got to coach with Mike Denbrock again. I mean, there's a lot there I'm sure that he's very grateful for and will think back fondly. And then there's things that aren't, like getting fired. Hey, Rick, good morning. Jeremy, morning, Matt. Haven't seen TJ Daugherty a lot of preseason linebacker lists for SC leading tackler. Curious thoughts. I haven't seen any preseason all SEC lists. I don't really look for them, so I'm not sure. I think again, having not seen any of the preseason lists to know who is on those lists, I just think that in a 16-team league, it is really hard to make an all-SEC team. I mean, you get 16 teams. I mean, it means there's between 32 and 48 linebackers, depending if you're running, a 2 or 3 man set. It's called 40 linebackers, for 2 spots, maybe 3 spots. Hey, Brett, Rex, Phil, good morning. Happy birthday, Eve, to Drew. Thank you. Yep, tomorrow's Drew's birthday. We will do the decorations reveal on Morning Scone tomorrow. If you're familiar, you know how that goes. If you're not, you'll find out tomorrow. And you kind of already see there's a little bit of a giveaway right there on the door. I don't know if that helped or not. I can't see anymore when I did that. Oh. I mean, Drew's 12 Days of Christmas in July. It's going to be a show. Cole, that play-in got a good beat. It's hard to dance to. LOL. Oh, the theme song. I know what you mean about play-in, yeah. AI's finest. Let's see. Jalen, good morning. It's a blank canvas up to us to paint the masterpiece on this day. Let's go. Do you think Kelly regrets coming here? I do not think he regrets coming here. Chris, can't wait for some football. Getting close. We are close. Scott, somebody peel this paint all over your shoes. No, man. That's the graffiti look. I love it. That's the point. Vans. Oh, my second pair of Vans. They're so comfortable, too. I love them. So it kind of takes this, dresses it down, adds a little splash of character to what I'm wearing today. So love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. First time rocking these. Let's see. Morning Scone. Tommy White makes his debut today with Oakland. Actually, he makes his debut today with Sacramento. But I'm excited. The game is, and they're actually just like the Athletics, but they're not even Sacramento. They're just going by Athletics. But they play tonight, 8:40. So they're out west, but 8:40 Central Time. It's the Athletics, the A's against the Nationals. So Tommy White will make his debut against Dylan Cruz and the Nationals, which is pretty cool. Hey, Brant, good morning. About to tee him up. Go Tigers. All right, hit him straight, Brant. Steven, it'd be cool if LSU wore 1972 uniforms to the Texas game. For Burt Jones, I think that would be really cool, too. They wore that old helmet logo when they played Ole Miss in 2018. Which was 100 Years of Tiger Stadium. They wore the logo just with the numeral on the side, which I loved. It was the old font and everything, the gray face mask. It was beautiful. I loved it so much. I would really like if they wore I don't know if they even can, the old helmet decal that they used to wear in the 70s with the tiger, and then the LSU was under the tiger. You probably know what I'm talking about. But but that would be cool. I don't know. I don't know what the rights are to that or whatever, but it would be cool if they did. DJ, good morning. Good for Mensa. Was the contract of the Dante Moore lettered to make the school accepting him liable for the buyout, not the player? How is this different from the Ole Miss kids here? I'm sorry. Was the contract of the Dante Moore lettered to make the school accepting him liable for the buyout? I don't know that I understand what you're asking. One thing, it doesn't matter in these contracts who pays the buyout, if that's what you're asking, if the player or the school is responsible. That doesn't matter either way. And maybe you don't mean Dante Moore. Maybe you mean Damon Williams from Washington, because that's one we've been talking about. But ultimately, it doesn't matter if the school pays the buyout or if the player pays the buyout, or most of these players can't afford to pay the buyout, but the school basically trying to lure them into the portal are the ones that become responsible for paying the buyout. Andrew, Jay, Q, what up, man? Dexton, Kelly, good morning. Let's see, good morning. Forgot Michael Van Buren went to USF. Their new coach is Brian Hartline. Could be a good team. Brian Hartline will be interesting there at USF. Obviously had a good run as an assistant coach with Ohio State for a lot of years. They inherit a good thing from Alex Golish, who did well at USF. But of course, Byron Brown followed Golish from USF to Auburn. And I just don't know how good Michael Van Buren is. Maybe a step down in competition will help, but I mean, there's just something to be said for being able to run an offense and be accurate with the football. And Van Buren wasn't those things. And I told you all that last fall. I mean, the way I said, a lot of people didn't like me saying it, but the way I said it was that you better hope Garrett Nussmeier stays healthy, because there is a Grand Canyon-sized gap between Nussmeier and the other quarterbacks, and you saw that to be true. Freshman starter, first game in Tiger Stadium with Lane Kiffin, I know. Hey, Ron, good morning. Lynn, Marrero. Tony, Dalen, what up, G? If you had to guess, who do you think the Nike baseball players will be? I don't like to guess on those things. I like to just give you the answer when I know it. And I haven't asked, but I was told. So you have 11 football players. They're negotiating with a 12th. One of them is not Sam Levitt because Levitt has an existing deal with Adidas from his time at Arizona State, so he was not able. I think Casey Evans was last year, so I think he'll carry over. I don't know. I'll try to find out. If you missed it, yesterday Nike unveiled their full NIL roster for the 2026 football season, and LSU led the way with 11 football players, with a 12th in negotiation. The next closest was with Bama with 8. I thought it was so interesting that Oregon, like Phil Knight's school, had 5. Ole Miss had 2. Thomas, good morning. Devin, got it. Michael, good morning. Bailey, Bama is burning, Rebel runs. Love it. Michael, morning, Matt. Sure, everything is tracked, but are there any Locked On podcasters who put out more content, have more viewership than you really enjoy it all? Thank you, man. Well, we do get a recap every month of the entire network, and I don't think it's a problem if I share this with y'all. So like every month we get the rundown. It's like our monthly newsletter, and it tells you numbers. So if you look at the total audience in the entire network, so that's combining podcast and YouTube. This was last month. Bills, I was 2. Auburn, NBA, Packers, Knicks. As you can tell, but basically me and Zach Blackerby at Auburn are the 2 like really big shows on the college network. So if you look just at college, Zach was 1 on audio. I was 2. I was 1 on YouTube. He was 2. But when you combine them, I was 1. So anyway. So yeah, man, done really well. I'm very, very grateful. I know I've explained this to y'all before, but for the benefit of those who haven't heard it, with Locked On, we don't get paid any salary. It is a 100% straight revenue share. So like all the advertising dollars, all that goes into a pot, and it's divided up among the hosts based on your percentage of the download. So like if or downloads, listens, watches, whatever. So if I account for 26% of the entire downloads of the network, I get 26% of the money. If that makes sense. So yes, if you could download, subscribe, podcast, YouTube, all of it, that's immensely helpful to me on Locked On. Like even if you don't want to watch, just hit play and then walk away and let it play. That would be immensely helpful. Hey, Bob, good morning. Lynn, my mom's birthday is today. She made 79. Awesome, Lynn. Happy birthday to your mom. Hope it's a great one. July birthdays, man. We're here for them. Hey, Carl, good morning. Alex, hoping for Right Radio Friday. Yeah, man, he's supposed to be there today. So we talked earlier this week. We should have Right Radio today with me and Terrio. Looking forward to it. After all the talk yesterday about the Ole Miss guy and his response to you, decided to go watch some of it. Couldn't keep my attention. Talk slow in circles. Glad to have you for LSU. Why would y'all go watch? You're just giving him what he wants. I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, hang on.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown.
Okay. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, Brock, Rock, and Wine coming up 2 weeks from Saturday, y'all. We are 15 days away from Brock, Rock, and Wine in Tiger Stadium. Parish Construction and Roofing. It'll be a week from today. Y'all, 1 week from today. 1 week from today is the deadline to enter for the Fortified Roof giveaway. 1 week from today is the deadline to enter. If you've not looked, it doesn't cost you anything to enter. We don't even have to come do an inspection. It's nothing like that. If you win, you get a free roof. Like, why wouldn't you do this? One in Greater New Orleans, one in Greater Baton Rouge. Enter today, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Unique physique, unique aesthetics, and wellness. That's lowest prices, never any contracts. GLP-1s. They now have, by the way, hormone therapy for women at Unique Aesthetics and Wellness. So please check that out, ladies. Take care of yourself. Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars, code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. And, of course, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. We are thrilled to be partnered with the Lake. I've done so much for my family, for the LSU community, for Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and their entire healthcare network. Devin, do you think LSU will enhance or encourage fans for the Clemson game to show them no mercy? Sounds petty, but we need to prove Tiger Stadium is the most chaotic stadium. What do you mean? Like, I think fans will do what they do. It's a big game. Did I miss it? Just to add it. Brad, good morning. Do you know Skip Bertman offered David DeLucci a scholarship? He did not. I've had that combo with Luch many times. So Luch went to Catholic High and went to Ole Miss because LSU did not offer. So remember, that was the days of 11.7 as well. So you didn't have full scholarships. But Ole Miss prioritized Luch, and that was a miss. That was a rare miss by Skip. Ron Trell, good morning. How do you think defense will be up-tempo with – I'm sorry. How do you think defense will be with up-tempo offense? So, like, it stands to reason that if your offense goes fast, you're going to have quick 3-and-outs and you're going to have quick scores, which means your defense is going to be on the field more. So I would not be surprised if, like, the total defense statistic maybe took a step back, but it's more about being complementary. Look at the 2019 team, right? That team was otherworldly offensively, and defensively they were top 6. I think they were 59th maybe in total defense, but they played complementary football because LSU led with offense. So sometimes when your offense struggles, you lead with defense and running the game, running the ball and shortening the game. I think this team is going to try to lead with offense. But if they struggle, I think the defense is good enough to run the ball, play defense, shorten games, things like that. I think Lane said it. They'll win how they have to. Jason, a snap kicks of the day. I was hoping you were here, Jason. Carl, thank you, Carl. Tony, good morning. What's the Saints salary cap? Do we need a corner? I think they have about $5 million in cap space right now. But again, they could always free up more cap space if they need to by going into the restructure market and all that stuff. Or they could bring in a corner and structure a deal where it's backloaded. So with voidable years and all that sort of stuff. So, do they need a corner? Yes. I'm not confident in Kool-Aid McKinstry as the number one. I would have loved to have seen them address that early in the draft or in free agency, and they didn't. So here's hoping. Thaddeus, who is the best LSU player that you think won't get their jersey retired in Tiger Stadium? Justin Jefferson. Let's see, my daughter Emily's birthday is today. Okay. She's State Farm agent Laplace, married to Bo from the Mixed Nuts. Okay. Let's go. Well, happy birthday, Emily. Hope it's an awesome day. I don't know if she's watching, but Scott, you can send this to her if not. Emily, may your coffee be hot, your beers be cold, the sun shine bright, and you're not really that old. Happy birthday to Emily. Phil, today's my sister's birthday. She lives in Ottawa and is the big 6-0. Happy birthday to Phil's sister who lives in Ottawa. Hopefully it's not too cold. I would have moved south. All right, that was bad. Sorry. Happy birthday to your sister, Phil. Let's see. How many of these incoming baseball classes do you think contribute right away? Well, I think the pitchers have a better chance of being contributors because for all intents and purposes, your everyday position players are done. Now, if any of the transfers struggle coming in, then you could see, I think, in particular, Malachi Washington and Nathaniel Davis in the outfield be guys that contribute. But you hope that Waters and Laya and Walks perform up to the expectation, right? But the pitchers will have, I think, a real shot. Stringer and then the lefties for sure. Lucas Naraki should absolutely be a guy. Braden Cupid from West Monroe is a guy who should be a situational lefty for you immediately. Like those pitchers have a real shot. Hey, Mary, good morning. Looking forward to seeing Tommy White and Dylan Cruz play tonight. Might just have to find that one. 8:40 p.m. first pitch. It's late, but we'll get into it. Christian, interesting seeing the Clemson reporter you interviewed say he believed Dabo could survive another bad season. I could understand a previous era. It seems unlikely now. But it goes to show you, man, we look at things through an LSU prism where administration at LSU is impatient and expectations are perpetually high. Ed Orgeron got fired less than 2 full years after winning the national championship in the greatest season ever. So, yeah, Clemson, Dabo's been there for 18 years as the head coach. He's won 2 national titles. He played for 2 more. They're giving him more rope. DJ, got it. Yep, I got you. Cole, I was in Tiger Stadium when Burt Jones beat Archie Manning in Ole Miss. One of the best memories of my life. Jack, good morning. Guess I should have done just a little research on my own yesterday before asking about Matthew. Avner, good morning. Let's see. Okay, will do. Jeffrey, morning, Scone. You're great. Quit hating on Olave. I'm not hating on Olave. This is, all right, that's going to tick me off, Jeffrey. I'm not hating on Olave. I'm just being honest. It's not like, that's not hating. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying he stinks. All I'm saying is he's not a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Like, what is that an outlandish statement to make? That Chris Olave is not Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Like, no, he's not those guys. He is not a game breaker that tilts the field that other teams go into the game saying, we have to stop that guy. That's not hating on him. That's a reality. I'm saying he's a very good starter. I'm saying pay him $20 million a year. I'm saying he's a very good starter or the best number 2 in the NFL. What's wrong with that? Stephon Diggs said earlier this week he thinks he is the best number 2 in the NFL. That's not a knock, a slight, or anything like that. I'm not crapping on Olave. I'm just saying he's not a top 10 receiver in the NFL. You cannot pay Chris Olave the same way that Chase and Jefferson and Puka Nacua and JSN and those guys are paid, like, because he's not those guys. That's not hating. It's an honest opinion. You can say he's great. He's a great NFL receiver. He's just not a top 10 receiver in the NFL. So don't pay him like it. Yes, the Braves paid Hirschhorn over $2 million. Saw a clip of you defending Washington in a buyout situation. What's different with the LSU Ole Miss situation? I have no problem whatsoever with Ole Miss going after the money that they are contractually entitled to. I have no problem with that whatsoever. The problem, if you actually pay attention to what I said that I had, is that Keith Carter went and did that publicly. There are means that you can go through and channels to get that money. You are contractually obligated. But for Keith Carter to do an interview and to name names with those players, you even heard him in that interview if you read it. He said point blank, we've been hesitant to go after buyout money from 18-year-olds and college students because the perception of it, but this is one where we feel like we need to. So he's it is so obvious he is just doing this publicly to embarrass Lane Kiffin at LSU. Like, that's why, and the players, and that's why he's doing it. I have no problem whatsoever with enforcing a contract and getting your money. None. Enforce the contract. That's why we have contracts. Enforce the contract, get your money. It was making the public comments, which was because There are no doubt other players that have left Ole Miss that they're trying to recoup money. He didn't mention them, did he? Paul, good morning, Matt. Also headed to the LSU Kentucky game in the fall. Would love to meet up at a whiskey bar, have a pour with you. I'll let you know where we'll be. Hey, Sean, finally back from Trinidad. ULL getting audited because of fraudulent payments. Only the Cajuns could screw that up in the NIL era. I don't know about the story. I'll have to go check it out. Dalen, I wonder if Dabo thinks freshmen will be good to go for his debut in Tiger Stadium. Be interesting following some of the injury news from Clemson throughout fall camp.
Questions? Walker Parks, is he? Oh, he'd be all right. He'd be all right. He'd be good to go.
Patrick, freshman quarterback making his first start in Death Valley would be either a fearless decision or how an entire coaching staff develops a coffee dependency. Kamara taking less to remain in New Orleans is also a good reminder that fit and continuity can matter alongside the biggest number. Or Alvin Kamara realizing that he doesn't have other options and just wants to finish his career in New Orleans. Mike, Alex, what sound does a nail gun make? If you've not seen the Parrish video of what sound does a nail gun make, I would highly recommend you go check it out. It's on all of our socials. I've recorded people on, not just guys, but people at our office. I'd say, what sound does a nail gun make? And they'd make a sound. And then we took a video of a nail gun, like shooting a roof, and superimposed their audio over the nail gun. Just go watch it. It's funny. Let's see. I got it. Hey, DJ, trust me. There is, I just showed you that list of shows. I ain't worried about it. Trust me, I ain't worried about it. Hey, Craig, good morning. Boot up. Steven, while in Tampa, say hey to the ticket guys. This is their third SEC Media Days, and they say it's a lot cooler than Big 12. Do you know radio man Matt McLaren? I don't know if I know Matt McLaren. But I'll look for him. I will. It's one of my favorite parts about going to media days is the ability to network and meet people around the conference and develop good relationships. I mean, one of the reasons that we have such good relationships, with a lot of our, colleagues around the conference, and we could get a lot of these folks on the show whenever, it's because we've gone to media days since 2012, and you develop relationships with a lot of these people, and there's reciprocal radio. And I went on Feinbaum yesterday with Cole Kublik, who I've gotten to know really well over the years, and Peter Burns came on AFR yesterday. And anyway, hey, Adam, good morning. I don't think Clemson will start a freshman. Have a fantastic day. Yeah, I don't know that he'll start. I wouldn't be completely surprised if he plays. Michael, good morning. TJ, can you help me ask the fans for a break to break a new sound record for the stadium? Okay. Who's doing pregame this year? Been part of my game day routine forever. Yeah, it's Hanny and Musso. Again, they're back for another year. Did I hear you correctly defending Carr and AFR when it came to Olave? No. You've got to listen to me. This is the part that annoys me so much, man. My point about Carr forever about Derek Carr was he's not a championship quarterback. I cannot tell you how many times I said Derek Carr is an upper mid-tier, lower mid-tier, upper bottom tier starting quarterback in the NFL. He's an 18 to 25 ranked starting quarterback in the NFL. Still a starting quarterback in the NFL, but he's never going to break through and win a championship. He'll throw for some yards, he'll win some games, he'll be right in that 8, 9, 10 game range, but he's never there was a string in his career where he had 4 straight 4,000-yard seasons. And in 2 of the years, he was within 50 yards of 4,000. So he would have had 6 of 7 years where he threw for 4,000 yards. He's not a chump. He's just not a champ. He's not bad. He's just not elite. He's not Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, or Matthew Stafford. But he's a really good starting quarterback in the NFL. That's a fact. There's a long history that says it. Good starting quarterback, but not going to be a championship starting quarterback. That was always my point with Carr. If your objective was to win a championship, Carr's not going to get there. He can win some games and throw for a lot of yards, but you're not going to win a championship. Similar with Olave. Olave's a really good NFL receiver. He can get you a 1,000-yard season in 17 games. He's a volume guy. He's got to get a ton of targets, and he's going to miss some acrobatic catches, and he does have an injury history, and he's just not a top 10 receiver in the NFL. He's probably, like, we did that thing earlier this week from the GMs and the coaches, executives in the NFL anonymously that ranked. Olave they had him 26th among receivers. 26th. Like, that's coaches and executives given anonymity to rank receivers. They had Olave 26th. Y'all don't listen, bro. That's the problem. You're live on LinkedIn. Yeah, so I go live every day, Thaddeus. So the software I use is called StreamYard, and it lets me stream live simultaneously to all these platforms. So I'm live on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and all over the place. So yeah, so you can watch wherever you want to watch. So thanks for being there. Okay, I got to go. Don't want to take you out. It's Friday. Y'all know this is the only thing. Look, you could say whatever you want about me. Dog cuss me, call me bald, fat, stupid. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Say anything you want about me. The only thing that bothers me, talk about my family, we're going to have a problem. And number two is like, say, you said, ... It's not what I said. It's a digital age. Everything's recorded. Go back and watch. Somebody saying Olave's top 10? Nope. Who dat? That's the point. Like, there are people who want to pay, like Chris Olave, they want to pay him $30 million a year, like he's a top 10 receiver, and he's not worth it. That's my point. He's a great player. He's not a top 10 receiver in the NFL. That's my only point. Is that hating on him? All right, I got to go. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast app, rate us, leave a review. Locked on LSU is live, AFR3, all of our great sponsors are linked in the description on YouTube and on podcast. Y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you. Peace.